Okay, boys, here we are. Main event of the evening. DDP taking on Strickland. That staph infection on his arm is nasty. Oh, beautiful spinning back elbow. His nose is broke. Oh, God. Okay, boys, here we are. Main event of the evening. DDP taking on Strickland. I'm excited to see this. The King of Africa taking on that staph infection on his arm is nasty, by the way. Round one. Here we go. Dricus is doing a good job of not backing straight up. He's circling. He's constantly circling. He's so flinchy. I think Sean bit through his edge, his bottom lip. So the biggest thing that's going on is that Sean is such a priority defensive fighter that it's so not active that DDP doesn't really have to do anything different because they're going tit for tat. And when they're going tit for tat, if I'm out tatting you, then I'm winning. So nobody's really gone past the verge of like trying to break them down mentally, if that makes sense. Like I'm just doing enough just to win the rounds. That's the best way to put it. It's not like, hey, I'm going to impose my will on you. Strickland typically doesn't do that. He does that by just walking forward and see what happens and teeping you. And I think Dricus has fought him once, but okay, I'm not going to try to, overexpose myself. But Dricus is doing a good job going stop out orthodox, throwing leg kicks, high kick, body kick, and trying to get him to open up. Fucking DDP, I respect this. Awkward group fitness. Oh, beautiful spinning back elbow. Oh shit, he heard what that nose. That nose is broke. Stop touching nose, you gotta fight. Give me 3 more takedowns. Give me 3 more takedowns, DDP. 3 more, that's all I need. Yeah, you might as well start fighting. I love DDP. He's like, oh, it's you. Get him. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Ooh, beautiful shot from DDP. Wham. We need to finish. We don't, but Strickland needs to finish if he wants to become a champion. So traditional kickboxing, what makes Dricus du Plessis very good, where he throws that body kick. He does a good job with the stop hands. Like, not stop hands, but the hand exchange, hand cover. Like, if he throws punches, he's going back and throwing a kick. So he protects himself as he throws a kick. Right? It's very traditional Dutch kickboxing. Like, if I go 1, 2, you throw a cross, I block, and I throw a kick after it because you're extended. You throw a jab, I throw a kick after it. He's aiming for this part of the body. He's not trying to, like, it's like pop, 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 pop. That's why I had it. Great fight. All right. Let's get an office to break this down, boys. Now, when we look at PrizePicks, now, god damn it, I was so close to cashing out. But you know me, Mighty is always fucking greedy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna, PrizePicks is very easy. It's very fun to play. All you gotta do is go to your app store, download PrizePicks. And when you do that, make sure you use my promo code Mighty. They had a cool promotion going on right now. All you gotta do is play $5 and you're gonna win $50 no matter what happens in the fights or in the NFL game. Speaking of NFL, we have the final game tomorrow. I know, I'm sad too. Sundays are going to be the same. Make sure you guys lock in the pretty much a free square Patrick Mahomes. All he's got to do is go 1 passing yard. We all know Patrick Mahomes is going to do that. He's going to go to the line of scrimmage and pop and lob it off to Travis Kelce, and they're going to show Taylor Swift on the big screen doing whatever she's going to do. But when we look at what we got right, okay, we went with less with Tatiana Suarez landing her takedowns. They had her landing like 5 takedowns. We went less on that. And then we also went with less. Rodolph Boloto, we went more with him to land 1 takedown. He got that. Then we went 1 with Wayne Kong. She got 1. And then Tatiana Suarez only landed 1 takedown. They predicted she would land 4. And then where I dropped the ball, I went with more with DDP with significant takedowns. They had him landing 3.5. I went with more, and the reason why is because the last time him and Strickland fought, he landed fucking 6 takedowns. And I went back and I looked, and I'm usually a less guy because a lot of stuff can happen in a fight, and a lot of people don't typically choose to wrestle in mixed martial arts. So I dropped the ball, but you know what? I had a good time, you know, making these picks at the right place, which is PrizePicks. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and we just got done watching UFC 312 DDP taking on Strickland. Now, there's no surprise. I kind of figured that's how the fight was going to go, but want to get to that in a second. Let's go to the co-main event with Weili taking on Tatiana Suarez. Now, this was the opportunity that Tatiana Suarez has been waiting for her whole entire life. She, you know, took some time off due to injuries. She had cancer. She beat cancer, and then she came back. I believe she's on a 2 to 3 fight win streak. She was finishing her way with that signature guillotine choke, and obviously we knew that's what she was looking for in that fight. But Weili is probably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world in the women's division. Next to her, maybe Valentina Shevchenko. I think that's going to be a next matchup they need to make in that division, because I don't see anybody anytime soon beating Weili. But let's talk about that fight. Now, the first round, you know, Tatiana Suarez did a good job closing the void, getting there and landing an easy takedown, passes her guard, lands his side control. And if you watch that fight, Suarez kept doing something. She kept putting her arm around Weili's head all the time. She kept doing it because she was trying to set up that Darce choke that she's so good at. Not Darce choke, but Darce guillotine, that choke every single time. She kept doing that, and Weili would not, you know, roll over to her belly and give it to her. But she did a good job in securing the side control and trying to get something off, but she wasn't able to get anything off whatsoever because Weili was doing a good job of creating the frames and making the right decisions when she was trying to get back to her feet. But then once she got back to her feet and reversed the position on Tatiana Suarez, you know, Suarez couldn't do anything. It goes into the second round. Now, this is where the fight started to take a change in the course away from Tatiana Suarez and more into Weili. You start to see the champion in Weili come out, and why she's one of the most dominant champions in the UFC right now. She was too fast. She was too athletic, way crisper on the feet, and her takedown defense was on fucking point. But she did a good job at defending the takedown. I think Tatiana Suarez shot maybe 12 takedowns, and she only secured one of those. And I believe as the fight went on, Tatiana Suarez got tired, and I don't want to say she got exposed, but you can see that she only had one game plan, which was to take her down and submit her. She wasn't crisp on the feet. She was lunging for the takedown. I was surprised that Weili wasn't able to counter with a flying knee or uppercut, because the shot was coming from, you know, way outside the void, and that's why Weili was so, it made it look easy for her to defend that takedown. Now, she did do a couple things where she would just stuff her arm in there and elevate her and walk underneath her arm, and then she did a beautiful job with the inside trip. I believe she learned that from Henry Cejudo, because Weili did spend some time with Triple C in Arizona at Fight Ready. And that was, I mean, once she started to take over with defending the takedowns and taking her down, and then she did a good job of being small. Now, there was a lot of things that was happening very well in that fight with her grappling ability. So with Tatiana Suarez, she was trying to always elevate her, do butterfly guard, and try to elevate her. And each time she tried to elevate her, you see Weili do the knee. Best way to explain it so you guys understand. Basically, when she elevates her legs like this, and when she try to elevate her to sweep her, Weili will bring her knee in between her legs and slide them. We call it a knee slice, but not through the middle, but she would knee slice, do it almost kind of like a knee drag or a leg drag, depending on what style of jiu-jitsu you want to do. But that was one of the things she did very well that I was loving when I was watching her, is that she was doing a good job of sliding her knee through the middle and also behind her leg. And a lot of people, you know, were saying, oh, this fight card was boring. Yes, it's probably boring to you guys, but you guys aren't educated of all the things that were going on, all the little things, the minor things that were going on. Not every single fight card is going to be a knock 'em out, you know, knock 'em, rock 'em, sock 'em. If you're educated and you understand what's going on, you can appreciate the fine little things that people are doing to be successful in making it look like a dominant, because that's what people said my fights were, that my fights were boring because they don't understand how dominant and how technical I was, and that's what Zhang Weili was tonight. She was very technical. Now, congrats to her, and congrats to Tatiana Suarez. The one thing I will say about Tatiana Suarez's corner is that, you know, you got to get, I feel a lot of corners now aren't, you know, giving a lot of technical advice. You know, when I would fight, you know, my coach would be like, hey, you're standing right in front of him. Make sure you don't stand in front of him. Keep working on inside that arc and make sure you mix it up. Don't be predictable. Inside, body kick, head movement, move around. But a lot of the corners, the co-main event and the main event, they were just not yelling, but they were trying to like get their opponent up. Like, come on, you can do it. Fucking bite down your mouthpiece and just go and just go. Obviously, they know their athlete better than we do. But I think sometimes, like, you know, I think Patchy Mix did a great job. Says, hey, breathe. Okay, all right, we're in the fight now. So, you know, I love that. I love that he did that. And I would love to see some more like, hey, you're longer than her. Let's try to use your jab. She is faster, but let's try to bring her in, draw her into the void, and make her make a bad mistake because, yes, she's faster, but if we can get her timing down, then we can try to penetrate that shot. And I think, obviously, Zhang Weili was just too much. She was just better than her, and she had way more experience. So, congrats to the females. You know, what do I want to see next for Zhang Weili? I would love to see her fight Valentina Shevchenko. I think both those ladies have cleared up the division. I think those two fight one more time, and they both can retire in the sunset. Let the younger division, let the younger athletes have the opportunity to win the belt. They're both older. I think Zhang Weili is 35. And I'm not sure how old Valentina Shevchenko is, but that's what I think I would like to see next for those two. Now, let's go to the main event. Dricus du Plessis taking on Sean Strickland. Now, guys, I know you guys always say I'm a Sean Strickland hater, but I am not. I basically call it how I see it. Sean Strickland has a style where he would not deviate from it. Whether he's losing a 5-round decision or if he's winning a 5-round decision, he will not deviate from that Philly shell style with that beautiful jab he has, along with a 1-1-2 and a 1-1 wide 4. He will not deviate from that, and the teeps and the push kicks. He's been doing that style from the very beginning in the last 4 years of his career, and he'll do it for the next 4 years of his career. In order to get better in this sport of mixed martial arts, you have to take the time, swallow your pride, swallow your ego, and put yourself in a position where you're going to force yourself to evolve and get better and learn new tools. That's the only way you're going to become a better fighter in this game. Because otherwise, people who are younger, who will take the time to evolve and get better, are always going to beat you. Now, when you look at this fight with DDP versus Sean Strickland, DDP said it already on the Mighty Cast. If you guys haven't heard on the Mighty Cast, heard that episode, do yourself a favor, go listen to it. We had the South African champion on the Mighty Cast, and he talked about how do you fight somebody who prioritizes defense over offense, and that's what we saw tonight. That's what we saw in all Sean Strickland's fight. He prioritizes defense over offense. So if you're trying to be offensive on somebody who's very defensive, you're going to expose yourself. So how do you approach that fight? DDP did a great job. He hit him with a spinning back elbow. He broke his nose. He hit him with multiple high kicks. And DDP does something very slick that you guys don't probably pick up, is that he has his high guard. He comes in with the high guard. And once Sean Strickland throws a punch, he blocks it and he throws that body kick every single time. And he went high with it. He would always do that body kick and a high kick. And then another thing that DDP did very well is that he would go from southpaw to orthodox, back to southpaw, and then throw a punch. And DDP was trying to get across the board and try to get his hands on him. But like DDP said, he's coming from a kickboxing background where the opponent stands right in front of you. I give you a 5-piece chicken meal, and then I'm gonna receive a 5-piece chicken meal. You can't do that in mixed martial arts because your opponent's always gonna run from you. Now with Sean Strickland keeps that high guard like he always does. He checks most of his kicks, and then he always tries to do the 1-1-2. Now Sean Strickland did have some big moments in the fight, but they weren't big enough in order to sway the fight in his favor. Now, DDP did a good job of just constantly putting the pressure on Sean Strickland, somebody who prioritizes defense over offense, ended up breaking his nose, landing high kicks, and that slick one from top of the orthodox with a high guard and hit him with the body kick. So congrats to DDP. Congrats to Sean Strickland. I hope he heals up. I hope he returns back to the octagon when he's ready to. I'm not sure who he's going to fight next because, I mean, you can do, Izzy Adesanya versus Sean Strickland again. because, you know, Sean Strickland has a W over Izzy. Izzy's lost to him. They're both on a losing streak. Izzy's on a 3-fight losing streak. Sean Strickland's on 1 losing streak. So I think it make for a good matchup. But what do we do for the South African King DDP? Now that's interesting because he could fight Hamzat. Well, he is going to fight Hamzat next, actually. I was thinking of Alex Pereira, but we'll get to him next. The next fight is going to be DDP versus Hamzat. Now, that's going to be an interesting fight because we know what Hamzat's going to do. Hamzat's going to go out there and try to wrestle him. He's not going to try to stand and bang. He's going to pretend that he wants to stand and bang, but he's going to try to out wrestle him, take his back, and try to choke him out. Now, DDP is going to be very aware that he's very intelligent. He's going to go back and watch the tape on Hamzat, and he's going to be ready to defend a takedown, be very tricky on the feet, and mix it up going for southpaw to orthodox, and throwing that body kick, and defending the takedown. That's a fight I cannot wait to see because these two guys are the new era of the middleweight division. They're both younger. They're both on a tear. They're both on, you know, 4 or 5 fight win streak, and I would love to see it. I think Hamzat is undefeated, so I think that'll be a great fight. Now, here's another thing. Word on the street is Alex Pereira hates DDP's guts. That's from Sean Strickland's mouth. Now, would I love to see Alex Pereira versus DDP? Now, I would love to see that if DDP can get past Hamzat and if Alex Pereira can get past Ankalaev, I would love to see that these two guys come together and fight. And if that can happen, if DDP could be a two divisional champion by beating Hamzat and they're going up and beating Alex Pereira, man, that would be fucking amazing. And you know, I think DDP is only going to get better. He has a very, you know, unorthodox style, how he goes about fighting, and I think that gives people a lot of trouble, and he never gives up as well. So I'm super excited to see what he does next. And if you guys enjoyed this instant reaction and the breakdown, please leave a like, subscribe, and also hit the bell when we go live. I know all the fight cards aren't going to be bangers. I know all you guys out there are probably complaining, and I hope you guys did well on your picks. I would have got it right if I would have just went with 3, but I like the 10x payout. I like 4. Ain't nobody trying to get 5x payout. I want 10x payout, right? So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell when we go live, and make sure you guys come back here on Tuesday. We'll have a Mighty Cast for you guys, a special guest, and Monday we're hoping to drop a Void video. We will see you guys at the next video. Oos.